Hey YouTube, Pipe Lawyer here, coming to you from my back deck on an overcast day here in Atlanta with some spring-like warmth. And it's Friday, which means it's time for Friday Night Pipes. And this week is the Great Smokers edition of Friday Night Pipes. As I indicated in yesterday's video, I was making a short series to think about and discuss the considerations behind what it is that makes a pipe a particularly good smoker in its owner's eyes. And I discussed various things like size, shape, the aesthetics of the pipe, if it's a beautiful pipe, if it's your favorite shape or whatnot, or if it's got a certain feature like a certain type of stem that really appeals to you. And also, what I feel for me personally is probably one of the most important, if not the most important aspect of what makes a pipe a good smoker is the fun factor. Whether it's fun to smoke that pipe, and fun for whatever reason, because it's an exotic looking pipe, if it's just an easy drawing pipe, if it looks good on you, in your hand, stuff like that, and it's a bunch of little things that I mentioned were all very highly personal, that when they converge between you and your pipe, make the experience outstanding or pleasurable, and that's another aspect of what makes a pipe a good smoker in its owner's eyes, is the experiences that you've had with a pipe. Like you would consider a certain friend your best friend because of the experiences you've had with him or her, so too would it apply to a pipe. What things have happened while you were smoking a pipe, whether it was a prosperous time in your life, or a good time in your life, if you were in love, if you met someone special because you were smoking that pipe, the things that you associate with that pipe. Well, as I sit here smoking a normal-sized Boswell slight bent billiard pipe, this is one of my good smokers. It's a small pipe, much smaller than my usual jumbo-sized Boswells, but it smokes very, very well. Of course, not as quite as big a bowl as, say, my Oom Paul or my chocolate pipe, but still good smoker. And speaking of experiences that one would associate with a pipe that one considers to be a great smoker, such a pipe is this week's MVP. So let's talk about the pipes I'm featuring this installment of Great Smokers, shall we? And as you can see, I've made a impromptu museum-like display of the pipes for consideration as to being great smokers. The first one is over here, which is a Mario Grande. I bought not too long ago, a few months, and this Mario Grande is a jumbo billiard, very much like Pipe Friend CHS's that he had the Tim Thorpe stem made on, and this pipe just smokes absolutely wonderfully. It's a beautiful pipe to look at. The height of the bowl and the color on it just make it outstanding, and it's a very, very good pipe to grab hold of. If I can It's a good gripping pipe right there. And it draws incredibly easily. That's a big part of what makes a pipe a good smoker. It doesn't have to be the biggest pipe in your rotation. It just has to smoke really well. And part of smoking really well is, of course, its drawing capability, how well it draws, if you can get a good hit of smoke and a good hit of flavor. And that's this pipe here. The Mari Grande does just that. It is a big pipe that smokes just as equally well as all the other big pipes in my rotation. Next up is the Boswell Full Bent Small Jumbo Apple or Author that you've seen me smoke several times on YouTube. It's a smaller than a regular size jumbo, but it smokes wonderfully. I reserved this pipe for English blends only. I mean, as soon as I saw it on the website and I bought it, I said that's going to be an English blend pipe. It's great to hold. I mean, I can just wrap my hand around it, you know, very, very comfortably, very naturally, much like the Mari Grande. You know, just an awesome holder there. And like all the rest of the Boswells, it draws excellently. But it's an English blend pipe because it just looks very English, in my opinion. But getting back to the aspect of experiences that you would associate with a pipe that make it a particularly good smoker, I want to introduce this week's MVP. And it is based on an experience this past Sunday when we had the 2010 Southeastern YouTube Pipe Smokers Conference. And at the conclusion thereof, Pipe Friend CHS, who had driven in from Charleston and was there at the conference, demonstrated just how kind and gracious he is, in that he knew that I was very interested in a pipe that he had and was offering to swap, and came up to me, and rather than just try to deal some kind of swap for one of my existing pipes, gave me a pipe. And this is the pipe that he gave me. This is this week's MVP, the Pipe Friend CHS Bari Viking. And this is just a massive pipe. It is, I mean, look at the size of that bowl. You know, I've got long fingers and I can't get it around the entire circumference of the bowl. It's a jumbo, I guess, acorn shape or pear shape with a very nicely plateaued rim, and as you can see, plateauing also at the end of the shank. And this is the way you do an amber stem. A gorgeous, beautiful, medium golden amber stem that complements the rest of the pipe perfectly. And this too is a fine drawing pipe. It smokes very easily, just like Pipe Friend CHS said it would. And there you have it. This week's MVP is the Bari Viking, given to me by Pipe Friend CHS, and the second in my series of great smokers. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, this is Pipe Lawyer saying cheers. And remember, I'll present the evidence, but you be the judge. God bless and take care. Bye-bye.